All right, everybody. Thank you again this week for coming back to another episode of Boss Up with Mr. Key, the real estate side, the real estate edition. The real estate edition is me just getting some things off my chest about the nature of the business, the nature of buying and selling, the nature of helping those that are looking to buy and sell. So without further ado, again, thank you all for coming. Thank you for the clicks, the listens, the likes, the shares, the comments. Keep those going. And today, I was thinking, like, what could I talk about? Sometimes I feel like I can talk real estate forever, but when it's with a camera in your face, it's like, shit, I don't have that much more to talk about. But then I thought about something. I'm reading this book called Atomic Habits from James Clear, Atomic Habits. And in the book, it talks about building small habits, little habits that make a significant impact. And it talked about, how to make these habits rewarding or how to make these habits line up so that they stick. And one of the things I learned about reading that part or that chapter of the book is your habits have to align with your beliefs. And so you're like, what does that mean? Your habits align with your beliefs. So, for example, some people believe that here's an even better story, right? So you got two people and one person, both of them used to be cigarette smokers. And both of them have stopped for probably about 6 months. And a smoker comes by smoking a cigarette and say, hey, buddy, would you like a cigarette? The one guy says, oh man, I'm trying to quit. I wish I could, but I can't. I'm a recovering smoker. I can't. And one guy was like, hey, I'm not a smoker. No, not here. That's not me. So what I mean is that their beliefs in who they were, affected the habit. One guy saw himself as an ex-smoker, recovering, trying to just make it through, where he may even succumb to smoking a cigarette eventually. Whereas the other guy's like completely changed his belief of who he was. He's not a smoker. What are you talking about, cigarette? So that's what I took it as far as having your beliefs be a part of, your habits be a part of your beliefs. So why are you talking about this, Dre? I'm talking about this because I want to talk to real estate agents. To build good habits, following up on your clients, making sure you do your due diligence when needed, like building these habits, takes some hard work. Maybe it takes some discipline. Maybe you could start off with an exercise of, hey, I'm going to write out my notes of what I'm going to do the next day, and I'm going to, get up and go through it and do that. Well, sometimes you can't just hit the light switch. You have to define these habits. You may have to write it out or put it on your calendar. Hey, at 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to get up and do this Monday through Thursday. So you're specific. Hey, I'm going to get up and do this. You may even have to yell it out to yourself when you get out of bed. If you look at your to-do list, whether you have it. I like to have my notes in my phone. So when I pick up my phone, instead of going to social media, I go to my notes section. And the night before, I've kind of said, hey, like, this is what you need to do today. This is what's on the agenda at what time. I put it on my calendar, but I like to look at my notes before I look at my calendar. So again, that's just a habit of doing something really small, and the reward is, hey, I can grab my phone. I may not put the latest post on social media, but I know what I got going on today again. And it's starting to process in my mind. And so that's a habit that, I started to pick up very small, but it was just like, just do it. It takes 5 minutes both ways. However, again, we fail at certain stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'm a work in progress. I'll be honest. I don't do it every single day. I'm still working on it. I'm still trying to figure out how to make it. And so, people say, well, maybe you're just not motivated, but I don't think that's the case. Sometimes, everybody could be motivated. There's teams in the NFL every year they're motivated to win the Super Bowl. But guess what? Not everybody's going to win it. We only have one winner. And so motivation is probably a part of it. But another part I feel like is your environment. Your environment to set yourself up to have good habits. I said, hey, Dre, I want to start reading a couple of books a month. So, one of the habits that I adapted is, hey, make your bed up every morning. My book is on the nightstand. Put the book on your pillow. That way, when it's time to go to bed or relax in the bed, my book is right there. So that's part of like making that environment set up where I don't have to go look. Because if I have to go look for the book and I just got in after a long day and I maybe want to relax for a bit, stretch out, sit up and read a book. If I don't have it right there, I may say, fuck it. I'm going to turn the TV on and try to go to sleep. So again, that's just some of those things. And you can stack good habits. You could say, hey, I like to have an NBA game on or NFL game. And it may not have a team that I really follow, but I'll have it on in the background because I'm enjoying some parts of my Sunday. And might as well pick up the book, stack both of those, try to get them both out of the way. I may read fewer pages, but, maybe I'll still be able to kind of get the best of both worlds. It's developing, a habit off of something you already do as a habit, stacking your habits. So again, as a real estate agent, just first of all, have the belief that you're a top agent. You walk around and you talk like the top agents. You do what the top agents do. You wake up in the morning and you exercise at 7:30. Like, that's painful. But if top agents do it, how can you make that work for you? Lay out a weight at the edge of your bed. Like, how can you do minor things to put you in a better environment to succeed at that? And this is not just for agents. Agents, these are habit building things, but for homeowners, maintenance, having maintenance done to your house or doing it yourself. How do you remember to change the filter on your AC? Everybody was told. Most people will say, hey, they never told me in the beginning. I guarantee your agent or that builder or somebody told you that, hey, the AC filter is there. You may have to change it every 3 months, but keep an eye on it. If it's black, it's dirty. And people haven't developed that habit. There are some people that only change it when it's time to sell. And that's not good. There's some people that change it when they start to see the buildup of dust everywhere. That's not really good either for your AC. So developing a habit where, okay, here's a maintenance list. Like, these are the things that need to be done. Or better yet, develop a habit to set it up to come out of your account automatically to some other company that'll come and do your maintenance for you. That's that. If you work hard, you have the money, and you don't really want to go up in your attic to check the filter, have a company do it for you. And you'll check every week when that comes out of your account. That's a habit to see, hey, let's make sure, or set it up where you have to pay them, whatever. But those are habits that, however it's convenient for you, whatever slight change that is convenient for you to make and will give you that reward, then you probably need to figure out how to tweak that. Start talking to yourself. Hey, I go in your circles. Hey, I keep my house up. Like, man, I do my maintenance. My yard is done. My filters stay changed. My filters in my dishwasher, my refrigerator. Like, I stay on top of all that. Like, be that person. What would a person like that do? You think that person will probably have a list or something, a calendar set on their phone or in their computer? So again, just little stuff like that. If you put yourself in the mind state of a person that maintains their house, a person that keeps their house nice and clean, or keeps the mechanics running. I make sure I check my AC. I get it serviced every 6 months. Or I know how to do, I got it serviced once. I watched the guy and I did some of those simple things. Now I service it myself and whatever. Just habit building. People that are buyers, how do you prepare to become a buyer? Obviously you talk to an agent, you study the market, but financially you have to do those things that'll build habits that make you a better candidate to buy a home or to be able to buy a bigger home and put more down. Like, what are the habits that allow you to save money in that pot that is considered the house fund? You and your partner, how can y'all make that fun? Make that something that it just becomes a quick problem solving tool. And what I mean by that is habits, when you think about them, they're like problem solving tools. You go into a dark room, you're going to hit the switch. That's the first way to solve how to get sight. That's just a habit anybody will do. They'll reach for the switch. So you want to be able to kind of look at something and say, oh, shoot, every morning when I get up, I see that the dog's water bowl is splashed. Let me mop that up. I don't want water to stick. Like it becomes a habit now that you walk over to the dog bowl and make sure like there's not a mess made on your floor. If so, you probably have a broom and a little mop right there. You sweep it up or close by. Like that's a habit that you can, use to solve a problem. Like it's just, even if it's not a problem every morning, you're going to still look and see if you can solve that problem. Or when you get out of bed, if the alarm clock is loud, how do you fix that problem? You just hit it. You snooze it or you turn it off. It's just something you probably do it without even thinking now. So again, without trying to ramble on too much, again, I think the moral of the story is just can look at your habits, know who you are, change who you are. If you don't like some of your habits and you want to build some new ones, start looking inside and seeing what new values you can align with. That's probably going to be the most difficult part, because once you start to align with these certain values, then you can develop habits based around that easily, as opposed to like just motivation. And then if you make your environment conducive to being able to help you with some of these habits, that's another thing you can do. Again, this is not a one size fits all. Everybody, can try to figure this out. I call it doing science on yourself. Do a trial for a week and see if you could do it and stick to it, if you can make it work for you. And if it doesn't work, it's like, damn, why didn't I call 5 people today? Why didn't I fucking change my filter? It's been 6 months. Why when we're ready, we want to buy a house, the market is good for buyers, why haven't we still gotten our credit together? Or why haven't we still saved enough for our down payment? Look at your habits. And I guarantee once you start to shape those and restructure those and stay motivated keep those going consistently, I guarantee that you'll see a shift on the other side that will help you reach certain levels of potential. And that's Boss Up with Mr. Key, the habit building edition. If you feel like this was some good information, if I didn't bore you, I want to try to make it entertaining, but I just want to talk about stuff that I've learned or that I've seen that helped others, that may have helped me. So again, if you taken anything from it, please like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend. Boss Up with Mr. Key. That's it for today. It's a wrap.